some adhesive I put on it. And then I took a knitting needle, where I used like a little scratchy tool here. I used a knitting needle, and I did the drawing with the knitting needle and let it dry. And then I just rubbed paint over the work to reveal it. So the paintings, or the images, are basically drawings that have been kind of antiqued with paint afterwards. And the beauty of what I found very appealing about that was that I could change the color. This particular painting has about 3 different painting schemes on it. The first one didn't work, so I painted it out again and did another paint. And 3 times I did that, which is a great luxury with something that's very textural like that. And then the other thing that I did was that with the single figure, I wanted to maybe give it a story about what that figure would be thinking. So I put these other kind of ghosty images in there. At the end of the process, this all was happening very quickly because I did maybe about a month of that, and then we were kind of running out of time, and I needed to get some interesting work made. So in the process of making this, I kind of discovered a lot of things about what the technique can do. In the hands over here, if you see this one, I realized that the potential of this technique, where you can change, in any one line, you can change the color in the line, which you can't do with a brush or a pencil or anything like that. So this is just one stage of a long process, I think, of me kind of going on with this technique, because I quite enjoy it. I don't know what else I can talk about.
Did you ever stop doing sculptures, Mike, and just do flat art or what?
No, I'm doing some large sculpture commissions right now, based on these figures. So this work here was a cast of an intermediate step in making a full-size bronzes. And what I was doing is making these in clay, and then having them scanned and then enlarged with machines and such, as an intermediate step. But Richard came over to the gallery and he saw these pieces and he convinced me that I should show these. So I had to make molds of it and make this thing. This is an intermediate step in a larger piece that I'm going to be making, which is full size. What else can I say?
Tell us about your sex life or something.
But in a way, this whole process is just the last page in this wonderful kind of few months that the 3 of us have gotten together. I mean, this has been a fantastic time to just brainstorm and think out these different ways. I know that all of us have done these things that are way outside of what we do, and this is the kind of consequence of it. That's what I had thought. It's just the leftovers of this lovely relationship that we have.
Oh,
Don't you think? Well, so far. Still.
for you to developing a sculpture for so long and getting on paint?
Yeah, it was very difficult because I don't make flat art.
Yeah.
But I think of these not as paintings. And I resisted a lot the idea of me becoming a painter because that's a whole world in itself. You could spend a lifetime studying one color, and I knew that I don't have that lifetime. I'm a sculptor.
Yeah.
So for me, these are really very about sculpture. And that's why, I like people touching these, for instance. Feel free to touch it and scratch it. Yeah, but that's the sculpture.
That's sculpture.
Does it apply to Mike too?
Yeah, absolutely.
The work I'm doing now has much thicker, this busto kind of effect. It's much thicker, it's gobbier. One other little anecdote is that we didn't know what to call them because I just kind of innovated this technique. And although there are a lot of similar techniques with painting where you use a palette brush within the paint and such, because the image goes on without color, the image is developed without color, and then just paint is put on top of it. There's really not a precedence for it. So We were trying, what were some of the ideas we had, Richard?
Oh, sorry, you
It's
just
hard for me. It's hard to stop.
So, no, intaglio. Impasto
Intaglio.
is a painting technique. These
I
are
like
paintings.
impasto.
These are relief
Sounds like
sculptures.
pasta.
Intaglio intaglio is Italian for a groove.
Right.
Yeah, but impasto
And they grew.
It's raised.
is the raised.
It's raised so that it's the opposite of each
Did
other.
you actually use?
No, no, right.
No, impasto is the impasto.
Oh, yeah.
Intaglio
I
is
just say, these are from bunnies. It's just
They're intaglio.
It's a wall piece. So it's a modern piece. As opposed to which often is So anyway, to finish off, he claims they're taglio, and I think. Well, one thing we can agree on, in keeping with the parlance of the time, that there are, I think we should call them eye drawings. Like iPod, No?
Thanks for the puzzle.
Oh, my. What else? You got anything else to say, Mark? Before we roll out?
That I love to do, so I wanted to do that with these drawings after these guys. The vessels of love. Oh. And,
Are we your friend too?
and that's where, that's how I view my pottery. The drawings I love doing. I don't know what I'm really doing until after it's been done because I love the process of it. I totally get lost in it. Okay, and then that's it. And the other thing is I'm going to read you a little poem. What started all these drawings off with the fertile chaos theme. I found this beautiful erotic poem written by an anonymous person in the 17th century. And it says, "Yea, gods,
How old is he now?
the raptures of that night, what fierce convulsions of delight. How each other's arm involved, we lay confounded and dissolved. Bodies mingling, sexes blending, which should most be lost contending. Darting fierce and flaming kisses, plunging into boundless blisses." This is my favourite part. "Our bodies and our souls of fire are tossed by a tempest of desire, till with utmost fury driven down at once we sink to heaven." So it's talking about the raptures of the love making and that. And then from that we sink to heaven. So you go further than heaven. And then that was that. And then I found a whole lot of Tennyson poems. The written word's I love the written word.
Did Rumi inspire you, Minnie?
Yeah, no, but Rumi was a little bit rude too, I realised.
You love
Rumi?
Rumi?
Yeah, I love Rumi. Yeah, and Khalil.
Minnie too.
Who's Rumi?
Rumi, the Persian dervish poet. Yes.
She inspired you, right?
Yes.
A Sufi poet.
Sufi, that's right, Sufi.
Sufi poet.
Yeah. And most of his ones were all to God and that. And then when you look at them now, they could be a little bit naughty. Yeah. So, and then the wallpaper ones came from, Mike found a book about the $2 called Fractal Chaos, and talked about fractal patterns in which, and then the third chaos. And then I was trying to find paisley designs because it's a repeat of patterns in nature and synthetics and that as well. So, and that's what inspired the paper.
Can you tell us about the mathematical formula behind the fractal patterns?
Does
anyone know?
It's called LSD. It's true though, yeah. And so yay, and that's it. Oh, and then I like how I like the written word going around the blending figures as well. The poems blend as well as the figures too, with words and life and mingling as we do.
And have you written on the back of these frames as well? As
Not on the
promised?
back.
You did promise to do
Yeah,
that.
so I did all around the side and on these ones.
Yeah.
And what made you come out with the see-throughness of lines down at the top so you can see every detail without blocking?
I don't know.
It's like an X-ray sort of.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's wild.
There's an interesting composition.
Yeah, that's right. No thinking goes into this.
Yes, it's.
No,
No, that's what it's like.
Yeah,
That's
no,
no, it's not logical at all. If you watch Monique draw in life drawing class, she dances and she draws. It's not logical at all. Just ring blocks and you can't explain it really, can you? And it's been a nightmare, I have to say. I have to say it's been a nightmare trying to get you organised, but look, you know, these drawings appeared, 5 minutes ago in the folder. I lost sleep over ever get stuff, your drawings in a folio, and whether you'd ever get them on. By the way, all these drawings are on Fabrian, not cotton. No, sorry, they're not Fabrian. This is French Arches paper, all pure cotton, so they will last forever. So I had to teach Monique not to mess with another. Go on.
Got me here. Sorry, Mike. These ones, when I threw these ones on the wheel, these were new for this exhibition. I developed a new technique. I don't know if Freddie got that on film, but it's really hard when throwing the wheel thrown in this little top bit can really throw out, so you've got to keep that steady while trying to pull it up. So I did the old learn to wet down the cheek with clay and stick it to the side and do this whole pulling motion. And it, ta-da!
Yeah.
Very impressive, very hot, sweaty, and holding breath. And, yeah.
So is there some of your skin embedded in that then?
There's a lot of sweat
Yeah.
tears.
Okay, that's good.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay!
Yay. Well done. Very good. And
Yay.
now we can go and